So today we're going to speak about bad career advice you might hear from family and friends. So before we even start, please don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Before I begin, let me clarify that I still believe family and friends are one of our greatest support systems because they are essential to our happiness and personal growth. However, when it comes to our careers, their support can sometimes backfire. And despite their genuine intentions to help, their advice can be misleading or sometimes outright harmful. And here are the top 5 pieces of bad career advice you might hear from your family and friends and how to avoid them. Number 1, don't quit because job hopping does look bad on your resume. So many people believe that changing jobs frequently can hurt careers. And while I'm not a fan of job hopping due to the lack of clarity it might show in career goals, the notion that it looks bad on a resume is outdated, right? So if you create a compelling professional narrative in your application documents, no one will care about job hopping as long as it is not every 12 months or so, right? And there are valid reasons to postpone quitting a job, but worrying about how it looks on a resume shouldn't be one of them in most instances. So here's what you should do instead. Try to build a strong professional narrative that highlights your skills and accomplishments. And if you can show growth and relevant learnings from each position, job hopping won't be an issue likely. Second, choose the job with a higher salary. Salary is important, but choosing a position solely for the compensation is a decision destined to fail. So professional satisfaction comes from a variety of different factors. So for example, do the day-to-day activities of the role make you happy? Is the company culture aligned with your mentality? Do you feel connected to their mission? Are there growth opportunities? So here's what you should do instead. So consider the entire picture when evaluating job offers. Look at the work environment, company values, potential for growth, and your personal interests. A higher salary won't compensate for a lack of fulfillment or a toxic work environment, right? Let me repeat this. A higher salary won't compensate for a lack of fulfillment or a toxic work environment. And one more thing here. There will always be a position with more salary. So what should you do in this case? Change roles again and find yourself on the same spot, just working somewhere else with a bit more money? Doesn't make any sense. Next one, number 3, don't take a break because it will hard to find a job again. Well, your well-being should be one of your top priorities. Because if you feel that a break or a gap year could re-energize you, offer a chance for self-regulation and you can also support it financially, why not going for it? While it might be challenging to re-enter the job market later, the right preparation and framing can make it manageable. So here's what you should do instead. Make sure to leverage this extra time for self-reflection and engage in activities that relax you, that offers you clarity, that create an actionable comeback plan. And a career gap or break could be extremely beneficial if you are using it correctly and if you are enjoying it in the way you would want to do it. So number 4, do X in your career because person Y has also done it. Just because someone finds satisfaction in a particular field doesn't mean it will be the same for you. Why should this be, right? And to be honest, you never know if person X is truly happy, right? So never make a career decision just because someone else did it. You have your own version of success and you need to have it. You're living by your own expectations and by your own rules. And if you don't, you might want to get closer to it. So seek advice, gather information, but make decisions based on your passions and also your career aspirations, your definition of success. So what you should do instead is the following. Identify what excites you and also what you're passionate about. Research different fields, talk to professionals, and consider your long-term goals. Because the ultimate decision should be yours and only yours. And based on what will make you happy and fulfilled. And 5, you have to make sacrifices. So while it's true that you might need to make sacrifices along the journey, it's important that you have to choose them and weigh the pros and cons of these sacrifices and consider the toll they take on you. Because unlike in the past, today's professionals have access to a vast pool of information and significantly more opportunities. So just as an example, not too long ago, parents would advise their kids to start slow and accept a low-paying job with demanding work hours for the sake of stability and then also a safe career. And nowadays, to be fairly honest, job security for most is just an illusion. And young professionals are and also can easily research organizations that value their employees without compromising their mental health. So let's sum it up to the end, because while it is important to consider advice from family and friends, remember that the ultimate decision needs to be yours. Stay proactive, flexible, and realistic in your career choices. Evaluate advice critically, considering your own aspirations and values. So your career path is a journey filled with learning and growth. So stay true to yourself and you will navigate it successfully. Good luck with this. And if you liked the video, you're gonna love the free resources I collected for you in the description of this video. So check them out, stay tuned, and see you soon on the channel.